track number 1, final conclusion in my head. Overall, I'm really digging this. I'm really liking the outcome. Right, so if I dip straight into this, basically one of the first things I'm going to start with is general tidiness of the track. There's one thing I've been trying to keep on top of this project, and great. I mean, like, I've got bits marked out here, parts of the track, and then I've got, groups and whatnot. Keeping things in groups is great. Obviously then I can just add effects to one whole group. Also naming things as well. I've been honing on that. So yeah, like things like lasers and strings and sub and all that jazz. Right, so first things first. Melodic wise, very happy with the layering. The layering worked out fantastic. Hold on. The layering worked out fantastic. As you can tell, I've got so many layers, but it works. They all glue together, whether it be over here. That's one of the first ones I demonstrated with the pads. I really like that effect by splitting them. Things like chords here. And just everything just glues well, and I like my transitions. Use of effects as well. Again, I'm really happy with that. So the overall theme of the track was this slow rising of energy as it builds up to something that I wanted to keep the energy maintaining, and to do that I created a couple of buses and did a bit of trickery with volume just to create this heightened energy as the track moves forward and rolls in, and becomes like, as liquid drum and bass goes, usually you would sort of stay, like you can see in my examples, you'd stay at that melodic part and just sort of glide from there. But no, I wanted to keep rising the energy because I really like that. I really like, it feels good when you make music like that. So yeah, so to do that, I created some parallel drum compression on this drum bus where all the drums are going into, and here, and it's all on this macro. And the macro controls the dry wet on this compressor, and it also controls notches on this EQ here and here. This is for the kick and snare, and this is that cheat sheet that I was using for drum processing. So really worked out so well. So yeah, okay, so that's parallel drum compression. I'll move the macro so you can see it raises these 2 points here, and the dry wet on the compressor just there. I'm going to re-enable that. So that's all automated throughout the track here, and of course it's picking up. Ignore that bit. So over here it's quite chill at 5. So down here it's flat basically. This is a compressor at 4.5%, and of course when it goes mental over here, picks up energy, and there isn't a huge change in volume either. So I've managed to sort of ghost the volume and make it seem like it's getting more energetic, which is perfect for the listener. And yeah, I've done virtually the same thing with the rest of the track, although the EQ is a bit different. Just wanted to boost some lows here, down here, make some space in the mids, raise the highs a bit, so you can see what this macro is doing. This EQ is raising these 2 points, and again dry wet on this compressor, automated to fit the arrangement of the track as it builds up here. Oh, sorry. And then for this final bit, the drums actually go berserk. As you can see, they move all the way up to halfway, not halfway, up to 50 on there. So it's pretty heightened. Keep an eye on this EQ at the bottom. Down there, so near the beginning, it's really low down. There it heightens on the EQ and the compressor, and there 39% dry wet on that compressor. The compressor's working fairly hard. Ratio's up high, threshold's down low, and the EQ, yeah, it's just boosting some of those frequencies again. And that ending bit with the trap. Oh, sorry. I felt like the drums here needed to be like boom, all about the drums during that trap section, and I doled out track there just to give more emphasis on the drums, but it glues. But there are some things that I don't like. For example, my side chaining is a bit all over the place. I wish I had I need to get better at sidechaining. That's going to be a big focus on this project for the next track, especially with this next track that I started, quite full to the floor disco orientated. So I want that pumping, not too pumpy, but like to pump off that kick. So, I think I sidechain in groups, saved on that CPU. Or maybe not. No. But it's all coming from different sources, this compressor, I've shoved the gain quite up high, but in some places it just feels like it's fighting it too much, so I wish I could have done that a bit better. But I'm going to apply new techniques in the new track. I'm going to be grouping them, adding a sidechain compression there so it's all more consistent. But on the developing ideas side of things, I really developed during this track. There are several ideas that I changed throughout, like the neuro bass with this sub. I wanted to originally have that tinny bass that you heard, and I liked it to begin with, but I really liked the new rhythmic section more, and that was, this rhythmic section here, I really preferred that, this bit here. It went so well with the other bass. That one. Oh, and this bass too, which there's no frequency clashing anymore, which is fantastic. On here, there's not much going on there, but over here, just a bit of EQing to solve that. I need to dip into effects more, but yeah, layering wise, I think great. Well, overall track sound fantastic. There's just again some frequency issues I need to nail down on that, mix downs, and yeah, so great.